Car oui, j'y joue à la manette. Mais c'est mieux. En plus, en y jouant à la manette, les textes ils sont en plus grand, donc vous pouvez mieux lire. Et ça, c'est cool. Voilà. Bonjour.
Omnes autem mali daemones quam.
J'aurais pas dit mieux.
What? What is this? Who are you to interrupt my musings? By Naga the Protector, they have the manners of boors, these boatmen of Sicil. Oh, but perhaps I spoke too soon. Perhaps I was mistaken, for you hardly resemble the local fisher folk, which, incidentally, is a compliment of copious dimensions indeed.
Oh.
No, a source hunter, that is what you are. Yes, a stalker of sorcery, a chaser of charms pernicious. In truth, I cannot go so far as to say it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, for I take no pleasure in the company of man. But it may just be to our mutual advantage to join forces nonetheless.
Intéressant. Pourquoi voudriez-vous que nous unissions nos forces?
Why, simply because you hunt source, and I, Jehan, hunt demons. You are aware, of course, that quite often both of these pests frequent the same shadowy pools of infamy. Now, I hate what I hunt, but I respect its cunning. Should I not, I'd have been decimated, body and soul, long since. This is a sentiment I'm quite certain you must recognize. Let there be strength in cunning, yes, but also in numbers. The calculus of wizardry I offer you.
Ah ouais, moi je suis d'accord. Hein.
Of the magician's mastermind. On one condition, that on our joint travels we will never deal with demonic entities, no matter how tempting their propositions. Give me your word on this, and I'll weave you spells.
Très bien, nous ne traiterons pas avec les démons. D'accord, marchander avec les diables n'apporte jamais rien de bon de toute façon.
Agreed. Nothing good ever came from bargaining with those devils anyway.
Most gratifying.
Ah, un nouveau compagnon.
I see you are firm of purpose and thereby ready to descend. Descend into the madness that is sorcery, into the depths where demons dance. Gladly shall I follow you into the abyss. Onward, blood and triumph await.
On est 4, c'est super. Toi.
A source hunter. Oh, what a sight for source Sicilian eyes. Me? I live alone here in town. Used to be that my younger brother Tom and I were practically joined at the hip, but that's all changed now.
Qu'est-il arrivé à votre frère Tom?
Oh, he's always been something of a rascal, calling his petty hooliganism adventuring and endlessly worrying my poor mind. Oh, but of course, I've always loved that scamp to bits. For my part, I encouraged him to join the Legion. Even got him sparring with Captain Orius now and then. But then those blasted Fabulous Five came into town. That band of... I don't even know what to call them. Well, they're his heroes, and I simply couldn't prevent him from going to see them. That one meeting was all it took for Tom to run off with them on some mission to God knows where.
Ok. Nouvelle entrée dans le journal. Alors, le voleur de poissons. Nous avons rencontré un homme qui s'apprêtait à voler du poisson, mais nous l'avons convaincu d'y renoncer. C'est vrai. Le grand bâton de Cécile, il faut trouver le bâton de Pergamon. Et Tom, Charlène la servante, nanana, il foulait à... Quête en cours. Ouais, il y en a quand même pas mal. Bonjour.
In the name of Amun-Hur, I bid thee Tujda Gethahal, be welcome, human. My library is yours, as I hope your friendship is mine.
Hey, yo, madame.
I am Victoria, daughter of Mayor Cecil. Oh, I know what you're thinking. The likeness isn't exactly striking, is it? When I was very young, you see, I must have been cast out by my tribe, for I was found in a wicker basket floating past Sicile toward the sea.
D'accord.
The fisherman who found me would have drowned me on the spot, for I am an orc after all. But praise be Amon Hor, dear Cecil was among the gathered crowd, and he took pity on the exiled infant that chance had put in his way. He raised me like I was his own. This kindest of souls taught me the language of men, their customs and their letters. Thus, I became the city's librarian, a position I uphold with no small diligence and pride.
Puis-je prendre des livres dans la bibliothèque?
Indeed you may. The wisdom I here hold is yours to peruse and even take with you. All I can ask is that you return the books you borrow so that others may enjoy them too.
Parler, oublier, des faits. Des extraits extra. Guide pratique de l'aventurier, volume 1. Chemin d'air vierge. Un livre déchiré et un peu confus sur la fabrication d'armes dans la nature. L'information est vraiment singulière. Un livre qui loue des pouvoirs. Part de rien d'avoir été écrit par quelqu'un qui avait intérêt direct à faire grimper la demande. Le livre à la fois chaud et froid, respire sous vos doigts. Il semble parfois empester, le papier brûlé et d'autres. Alors ça évidemment c'est des trucs qu'il faut certainement prendre pour apprendre des trucs, j'imagine. On prend un RT pour ouvrir le menu des liens, on va lire des livres. Lisons des livres, surtout quand ils sont pas chers. Ah, j'ai pas lu. J'ai pas vu qu'il était sorti. C'est ça que je voulais faire, c'est inventaire. Voilà. Alors, des extraits extra. La pharyngite est une plante impressionnante, pensez simplement au héros de Rivellon qui lui a donné son nom. Vous n'imaginez pas les effets de la pharyngite que la pharyngite puisse avoir. On va voir lorsqu'elle est convertie en poison, potion. Malheur attend celui qui boit une feuille de cette merde. Prendre potion de constitution. D'accord. Et guide pratique d'aventurier, un vrai débrouillard doit savoir créer des armes avec quoi il se trouve dans une branche peut infliger des dégâts, mais elle peut infliger encore davantage avec quelques coups clous plantés comme il faut. Il faut s'y attacher une dague à son extrémité pour toucher l'ennemi à distance. D'accord. Lance faite maison. D'accord, ça permet de débloquer des recettes. Les bouquins, évidemment. Alors. Bon. On reprend tes bouquins nuls. Voilà. Enfin, reprends tes bouquins nuls, non, c'est bien.
That's enough of that now.
Bien sûr, toutes mes excuses. Ouais, ça va. Bienveillance Scarlett, moins 10. Waouh, pas sympa. Pas fait exprès. Oh, cette ville de l'infini.
Careful, comrades. I've seen sorcerers infuse even lowly fowl with dark gems.
My Dalberin spawns. You see sorcery in the clear blue sky, don't you? I bet you'd scream havoc if I were to give you a mirror.
So
Alors, let's go.
Don't ask me what the tales are
Ne me demandez pas de quoi parle l'histoire, je suis là que pour le plaisir des yeux.
Don't ask me what the
Don't ask me what a tale. This show is what?
What's that
Bravo! What are you looking at me
Qu'est-ce que vous en voulez? Il y a un super spectacle juste là devant vous, et regardez, voici le mondialement célèbre original d'amuseur, carrément. Pourquoi je lis? Pourquoi je commence à lire alors que le mec il cause? Parlez-moi de vous.
I'm nothing but your average man taking in the best show I've ever seen. I'm amazed and astounded that for a meager gold coin or two, I can take in this first-rate entertainment all day long.
Même spectacle toute la journée, vous y allez un peu fort.
Well, I've stumbled into quite the fine gig. I just let my appreciation for Reggie's work be known, and he slips me a few gold coins in return. My voice happens to carry pretty far. Cecile hears me. Cecile wants to see what the fuss is all about. And let me tell you, this amazing show just can't be beat.
Oh le malin.
You there! Take a seat. Prepare to laugh your head off. Cry your eyes out and teeter on the edge of your seat with an original tale from Stefan, the talking severed head.
Parlez-moi de vous.
I am Reginald the Illusionist, purveyor of the most amazing artifact in Andevale. This fantastical talking head. Catch the act while you can. This show will only remain in Sicil as long as there are Legion soldiers to entertain.
Parlons de votre ambianceur.
Are you impressed by my prowess in the arts of entertainment? Nothing attracts a crowd like a crowd. And that crowd warmer has increased my profits by 60%, simply by showing a little honest appreciation for our show.
Parlons un peu de votre tête parlante.
That's right, a talking head. And he doesn't just talk. He'll weave you a yarn so fantastic, you'll be begging to hear just one more, and just one more. It's quite a story how I found him too.
Pourtant cette histoire.
I obtained this curio by some rather sensational means. You see, I was diving in search of a rare medicinal sea herb. I volunteer at the local children's apothecary on weekends, in the shallows around Sicil's own Black Cove, when I spotted something amazing. The chest belonging to the fabled Captain Pontius. Though the chest was stuck fast, I summoned a swell of great strength and prized it free from the ancient rock. I had the treasure of a lifetime in my very hands, but then, slurp, gulp, I was swallowed by an ornery kraken that seemed to appear from nowhere. In the hubbub, I lost hold of my prize and watched it sink to the bottom of the beast's cavernous belly. Still, I feared only for a moment that all was futile. Before my mind's eye swam the faces of the many war widows and necrotic orphans who would be lost without my charitable support. I knew I had to live.
Il en fait tellement le mec.
Grabbing fast to the hilt of a cutlass that floated by at just that moment, I summoned all my strength to slash a great gash in the creature's gut. Freeing myself from my would-be tomb, I swam as quickly as I could, first to the surface and then to the shore. It was there, along the rocky beach, that I tripped over this talking head. Strange, isn't it?
Ouais, tenez à pouvoir une bonne pièce d'or.
Times, Lord Pinchpenny.
Quel connard.
A talking...
Re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Oh, excuse me, I'm trying to prepare for the next show. Autographs will have to wait until the end.
Parlez-moi de vous.
I doubt I have to tell you that I am the amazing singing Stefan, the only sentient severed head in Sicile. My audience sings my praises from hill and dale. Psst, you're a source hunter, aren't you? Oh, bless the seven. Look, you've got to help me. I've been kidnapped. Pleasure to meet you. Now, please, Stefan has many fans to meet today. Psst, now help me. Take me to Reginald's cellar. There I will reveal everything.
Fantastic! Bravo!
Si vous êtes prêts, je vais pouvoir vous embarquer. Ça ne vous dérange pas de faire un petit séjour dans ma poche, j'espère.
It won't be the worst indignation I've suffered. Get on with it then.
That is enough of that now!
Bravo! Yeehaw!
I would.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Oh, excuse me, I'm trying to prepare for the next show.
Alors là, vous emmenez avec moi, mais trop Dieu nous observe.
What do you call a source hunter who finds a way to draw a crowd away from where he or she would like to perform a clandestine operation? A resourceful hunter. Come now, it can't be that hard to find something to draw off the attention of this bleating herd.
Faut que j'attire leur attention.
The great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines.
Zombie ate your dog? Orc sunk your ship? No matter! You're at Katarina's Fair, a veritable summer home for troubled minds. Won't you take a seat and let our esteemed entertainers whisk you off to a better place?
Parlez-moi de vous.
Well, I'm Katarina the Fair, fairest first lady of the fair, of course. I do love making the acquaintance of my patrons, and who knows which of them might become one of my performers. I've an open stage in want of talent, and I've often found the best young performers among the rank and file of the audience.
Une scène ouverte, dites-vous, et en admettant que j'ai envie de me risquer à une prestation.
The theatre's fever has overcome you, has it? Marvelous! I do so love a fresh green talent ready to bloom. But I support players, not writers, you see. If you want to perform here, you'll have to find tried and true material. Check the library and see if any of the classics there interest you. I'd love to see a Source Hunters take on one of the old standards.
On va faire mes débuts sur les planches, quand pourrais-je commencer?
Right away, my dear, just as fast as your boots can carry you. You found something decent to perform, I trust, and you've gathered enough actors to do it justice? Speak to Master Chaucer if you're ready for your debut. He alone can adequately prepare you for the stage.
Nous rencontrons à la guerre un ambianceur qui nous a dit avoir été payé par Altuna pour animer le spectacle.
Enjoying the
Merde.
fair.
Nix en tête. Nous avons rencontré une tête tranchée enchantée. Il nous a demandé de l'emporter dans la cave d'Original pour pouvoir aller en privé. Entendre de la foire, Katarina a dit que nous pouvions monter un spectacle si nous imaginions un numéro intéressant. Retournons à la bibliothèque. Bonjour.
Jageta, friend. Indeed you may. The wisdom I here hold is yours to peruse and even take...
Allez. Rien quoi là-dedans.
Who placed this book here? A volume of poetry among novels? Urak. Mayhem. Kajdanor. A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine.
Fortune!
Dance and dugongs! You nearly startled me out of my boots. Well, you've got my attention, comrade.
Je vais absolument pas lui parler, hein, mais... Toujours le même problème.
A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine.
Vous devez trouver un livre de compétences, lisez-le pour débloquer une nouvelle compétence. Compris?
Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
Une feuille de papier. D'ailleurs, pourquoi je fais pas ça en fait?
Brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine. The knight in silver armor. Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom. Stentiken. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she? Volume 1, Volume 2. But where's the third one gone? Shatsu. Night. Who placed this book here? A volume of poetry among novels? Urak! What mayhem!
Il est au-dessus. Dératisation. Dératisation. Là?
Brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine.
Ok. Du loud.
Brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned.
C'est ça que je voulais faire.
Teleron will have to pay yet another fine.
Alors, inventaire. Lisons des livres. Guide pratique de l'aventurier. Hop. On a débloqué des trucs. C'est extrait de la pièce traditionnelle. La genelle de Césial est généralement jouée au théâtre local. La plupart des nains, de même que les nains, connaissent parfaitement le conte et refusent toute altération de l'histoire qu'ils connaissent par cœur. Deux aventuriers, et amants nommés Cyrus et Sayla, naviguaient vers l'ouest depuis Férol, sans savoir s'ils trouvaient la terre ferme au terme de leur voyage. Ils avaient pris soin d'emporter suffisamment de provisions pour tenir 5 mois, mais ce fut qu'à la dernière semaine du 6e mois qu'ils foulèrent enfin le sol de cette contrée qu'ils nommeraient par Césial. C'est-à-dire, on est assez sérieux, je ne supporte plus d'être à bord de ce maudit navire. Je suis malade et affamé, n'arriverons-nous donc jamais au bout de nos peines? Par le dieu, pourrait-ce être là? Regarde, qu'y a-t-il? Allons-nous manquer d'eau? La coque prend-elle l'eau? Regarde, Célia. Derrière le sous-brouillard, c'est la terre ferme, enfin nous l'appellerons Césial. Putain, va falloir retenir ça. C'est la merde. Quoi ça? Comme pour l'amour, tout l'art de la comédie réside à la fois dans la passion et dans l'exécution. Il ne suffit pas de se passionner pour la scène, loin de là. Le comédien véritable perfectionne son savoir-faire de longues nuits durant avant de rencontrer enfin son public. Cet ouvrage recense quelques-unes des histoires les plus amusantes de Rébellion. Certaines donneraient même le sourire à une statue de granit. Pendant un enterrement nain, Les porteurs du cercueil heurtèrent un mur par accident et entendent un faible gémissement. On ouvre alors le cercueil pour découvrir avec stupeur que la défunte était encore vivante. Tout le monde se réjouit et son mari verse une larme de joie. La naine vit encore 10 ans avant de mourir et l'on organise alors un nouvel enterrement. À la fin du service, les porteurs emmènent le cercueil. Tandis qu'ils sortent, le mari s'écrie « Attention au mur !» Ah, elle est bien. Ah, elle est bien.
Volume 1, Volume 2. But where's the third one gone? Shansu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
Un elfe et un orc arrivent dans la chambre des échos. L'orc explique qu'il est mort de froid et l'elfe raconte qu'il est décédé d'une crise cardiaque. Comment est-ce arrivé demande l'orc. L'elfe répond, eh bien, je rentrais chez moi et j'ai cru surprendre ma femme avec un autre. Mais lorsque j'ai fouillé la maison, je n'ai trouvé personne. J'étais si rongé de remords à l'idée d'avoir accusé injustement ma femme qu'une crise cardiaque m'a tué sur le champ. Bon sang, fait l'orc. Et dire que si tu avais pensé à regarder dans la glacière, nous serions tous deux encore vivants. Oh, elle est connue cette blague. Elle est connue cette blague. Tous les 10 ans, les prêtres elfes des bois du haut monastère sont autorisés à rompre leur vœu de silence pour prononcer 2 mots. 10 ans passent et l'un des prêtres a pour la première fois l'opportunité de parler. Il réfléchit un instant avant de dire « nourriture mauvaise ». 10 ans plus tard, le prêtre déclare « lit dur ». Une décennie plus tard, vient à nouveau le grand jour et contemple longuement le haut prêtre et dit « je pars ». Pas étonnant, répond le haut prêtre elfe. Tu n'as fait que te plaindre depuis ton arrivée. Ah mais c'est très bien. Hein. Il est bien ce journal de blagues. Alors, la levée d'un pirate, journal du matelot, Paul Carson, je ne sais pas qui a eu l'idée de partir à la chasse au trésor à Sisial, mais il mérite d'être jeté par-dessus bord. Je n'avais que faire des journaux de bord avant d'arriver dans cet endroit maudit. Craignant que la fin ne soit proche, je me sens obligé de prévenir mes camarades pirates. Évitez Sisial à tout prix. Vous trouverez de belles plages ensoleillées, les routes pavées d'or, sous un ciel d'azur, mais ce trou à rats empêche la corruption. Il y a des lois pour tout et n'importe quoi à Sisial. Et elles se contredisent toutes. Au début, nous avons essayé de nous adapter au système pour ne pas éveiller les soupçons des autochtones. Vous comprenez? Mais j'ai comme l'impression que tous les commerçants qui arrivent à Sisial finissent par devenir pirates ou hors la loi. Qu'ils en aient conscience ou pas. Pour amarrer un navire, il faut payer une taxe. Pour être propriétaire d'un navire, il faut payer une taxe. Pour amarrer un navire dont on ne dispose pas en son nom propre, il faut payer une taxe. Pour monter et descendre du navire, il faut payer des taxes, mais il est impossible de débarquer avant de s'être d'abord amarré à Sisial. Oh, mais qu'est-ce que ça veut dire à la fin? Et si vous n'êtes pas Sisialien et que vous voulez entrer dans une taverne, il faut payer une taxe, mais il y a également une loi qui interdit d'entrer dans une taverne si vous n'êtes pas Sisialien. Bien sûr, en toute innocence, vous entrez dans la taverne, payez la taxe et on vous jette en prison aussitôt pour que les habitants se rendent compte que vous n'êtes pas du coin. Mais encore, ce n'est pas le pire, nous sommes venus ici à la recherche du trésor. Il y a une grotte en forme de crâne sur la plage et le capitaine est certain qu'elle abrite un trésor. Nous y avons envoyé une douzaine de nos meilleurs hommes, voici 2 semaines, et ils ne sont toujours pas revenus. La rumeur court parmi l'équipage que la caverne est hantée. Foutaise! Demain, si les autres ne sont pas de retour, nous irons tous mener l'enquête et ensuite adieu Sisial. Brève histoire de Sisial par D.R. Galante. Bien que les frontières de Sisial ne soient considérablement resserrées à son époque moderne, notre royaume était trop froid, vaste et important, blablabla. Voilà, je vois les statues m'ont accordé un vœu. Ah oui, c'est le mec qui vole et qui se ramasse. Forgeron à 6 heures perdues, donc ça c'est pour faire avoir autre chose. La philosophie de la mort. Débattons brièvement de la vie et de la mort, de concepts qui sont proposés, blablabla. La mort est supérieure, ta mère. Gna gna gna, ainsi parle Nemris. Voilà. Gros livre. Gros livre. Gros livre. Voilà, bon. Si je te revendais tes livres, espèce de sac à machin. Ah, je te rends tes livres. Non, tu veux pas? Si je te... Ah, je peux lui revendre une pièce d'or tous les livres que j'ai pris gratuitement dans la bibliothèque. Ça, c'est bien quand même. Ça, c'est un échange qui vaut le coup. Hein. Non, mais c'est pas grave. Je les vendrai à quelqu'un d'autre. Non, non, bah non, elle veut que je lui les rende. Bon, je vais lui les rendre. Pire, je pourrais lui les reprendre. Ça va juste me prendre de la place dans mon inventaire pour rien, donc... Maintenant qu'ils ont appris... Reste, on s'en fout. Allez, je me casse. Allez. Du coup, j'ai une super pièce de théâtre. Vous allez voir, ça va être génial. Bonjour.
And who are you supposed to be?
Parlez-moi un peu de vous.
Oh, I should have.
C'est ce soir à 23h, sur la GL.
But here I am gathering peasants to watch peasants perform broadside pageants for peanuts.
C'est un méchant hockey que vous avez là.
No, really? I hadn't noticed. If not for this ridiculous condition, you'd know me as the king's favorite thespian.
J'ai trouvé le matériel nécessaire pour faire de la scène.
Don't you have an impressive library here in Sicil? I'm sure that beast of a librarian could rustle something up for you.
Vous êtes le maître de scène, c'est ça? C'est pour ça que je voulais me lancer.
Katerina's given the go-ahead, has she? Oh, very well then. Tell me when you're ready to begin, and I'll show you to your places, and gather you whatever crowd of drunken yokels can be prevailed upon to watch you flail about on stage.
Bon, je vais devoir me lancer.
Trial by fire, you mean? There's no more savage foe than an audience, my dear. But I'm sure you'll do just fine. May the show begin!
Je vais vous présenter un duo.
Playing to an empty audience, are you? Wait until I've gathered some victims to witness the spectacle, and then you can begin. Any last words?
You hear distant mutterings of curiosity
Vous pouvez entendre les murmures de curieux tandis qu'on
shuffles toward your stage. A few moments longer, and everyone will be seated.
Commençons!
Now, let's not be hasty. They may be dragging their feet, but your show is sure to knock the crowd's socks off. As soon as they settle into their seats, that is.
En train d'arriver. Il y a quelques curieux. Commençons.
The stage is yours.
C'est Cyrus, je ne tiendrai pas une heure de plus à bord de ce navire de mort. Je suis mort de faim et je suis malade. Finirons-nous seulement par trouver un refuge?
Bravo! The crowd seems to know the tale. They wholly approve of your beginning.
Marvelous.
Par les dieux, est-ce possible? Là, regardez!
The crowd is thrilled. Whatever will happen next is sure to excite them.
Que se passe-t-il? On est à court d'eau fraîche, il y a un trou dans la coque.
The crowd seem quite impressed with your delivery. Keep it up.
Regarde, Célia. C'est Alia. Là-bas, par-delà les brumes, c'est...
The crowd gasps. They're on the edge of their seats. Go on. Push them over.
Serre!
There's an encore.
Gasps ring out across the audience. They must know how it ends. They simply must.
Terre, mon ange, enfin. Une terre d'accueil, nous la nommerons sidérale.
The crowd explodes into applause and appreciation. You've woven them a tale of desperation and hope, and they are alive with the thrill of it.
Et voilà, qu'est-ce qui se passe? Ça, c'est du théâtre. C'est lui. Jeanne. Jeanne.
I assume you address me for a reason, so go on. Speak. More pray.
Et du coup, on est tous séparés.
Performers, showmen, show all of them. Seal, what you're made of.
Oh. Voilà. Et êtes-vous? Faites savoir à vos maîtres que je préfère leur parler directement. Vous verrez que la plupart des gens préfèrent s'adresser aux héros principaux, bien qu'ils commencent avec leurs compagnons, commerce avec leurs compagnons aussi. Mais voilà. C'est pas avec lui que je voulais parler. Ah, pourquoi c'est lui? Voilà. Mieux. Quoi? Et encore? Que dites-vous de notre petit duo?
Bravo! Well, I'm certainly not afraid of admitting when I'm wrong. That was, well, nearly enjoyable. I suppose you earned yourself a little something for your trouble. Wouldn't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking at me for? There's a great show going on right in front of you. And look, there stands the world-famous Reginald the Entertainer. Better check it out if you don't want to miss the time of your life.
Alors, le public manque d'entrain, vous voulez faire quelque chose pour mon spectacle?
Well, drawing a crowd's what I do best, and I'd be glad to do it for your little show. 100 gold up front, and yours will be the hottest ticket in Seal.
En pièces d'or, ça me paraît raisonnable. Allez.
98, 99, 100.
Personne n'a pas.
Looks like all's in order, Chief. So, ready for a bigger crowd than you can shake a stick at? Stand back and watch this.
Come on, come all, and see the amazing.
On va refaire le truc.
Performers, showmen, show all of them. Seal, what you're made of.
Nick sans tête. Nous avons trouvé un recueil de vieilles blagues classiques qui nous servira peut-être. J'aimerais pouvoir retenter ma prestation. Avant, on y retourne. Essayez juste d'éviter une humiliation complète, s'il vous plaît. Alors, le duo ou la présentation en solitaire? Allez, la présentation en solitaire.
Wait until I've gathered some victims to witness the spectacle, and then you can begin.
You hear distant mutterings of curiosity as a small crowd shuffles toward your stage. A few moments longer, and everyone will be seated.
Est-ce qu'il va attirer du monde, l'autre con? Voilà, il y a du monde. Pour le coup, il y a du monde.
When did you say this was supposed to start again?
Commençons.
The stage is yours.
Supposed to start again?
Oh, come
Histoire d'un notamment chez les nains, machin.
The crowd breaks into an approving chuckle. Continue, by all
On ouvre le
means.
cercueil et on s'aperçoit que la naine qui se trouvait toujours vivante, son mari est rayonnant de joie.
Eager to hear more, the crowd leans forward with great interest.
La naine de 10 ans de plus, elle finit par rendre l'âme. On organise un nouvel
She
enterrement.
must have heard this one before. The crowd's curiosity is piqued. Oh,
Ans plus
do
tard, le grand joueur
before they explode.
Fantastic!
Simply marvelous!
Flamme de l'éloge funèbre. Attends.
Fantastic!
Simply marvelous.
L'éloge funèbre, les porteurs de saisissent du cercueil.
You've got
Tandis
this
qu'ils se mettent en
joyful
marche, on
crowd
entend le mari leur dire attention à mur ce coup-ci.
now.
Elle est bien cette blague.
Really, really like you. Well done, Source Hunter.
Today, I think, at do re mi fa sol la ti. It
Allez,
won't
je
be
l'embarque.
the worst indignation I've
Paf.
It's a future of entertainment.
It's the future of entertainment.
What is it this time?
Qu'avez-vous pensé de ma prestation solo?
I must say that was, well, impressive. A bit like myself during my blue period, if I do say so myself. Here, have a little something from the fair coffer. I dare say you've earned it.
All right.
Bien, bon. Alors. Ah, tu es au bout de sa vie. Ah, la tête qui est plus là, il est au bout de sa vie. Parfois, elle est où du coup? Scène de crime. Ah, il y a la grotte où il faut que j'aille. Ça, c'est quoi? Entrepôt du port, machin, on s'en fout. Caserne de la Légion. Caserne de la Légion. Esmeralda. Du maire. Faut que j'aille où? Avec la tête de con là. Fabrication, tiens. Faire plein de trucs en fabrication. Super. Nick sans tête. Nous avons réussi à nous éclipser avec la tête pendant que Reginald regardait ailleurs. Dans la cave de Reginald. Mais elle est où la cave de Reginald? Par là? Cave de Reginald. Il y a une tente, mais pas une cave.
Come on, come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you?
Cédric.
Oh, that Gallagher is quite the performer. One of my own ilk. Sometimes all the flies need is a little honey, eh? And things are certainly buzzing around here.
Amadou.
Oh, just like old times. The rush, the thrill. What a delight. Please stay and enjoy the show.
wow.
Hey, it's you again! I don't have to tell you that Cedric's act will help you banish belly fat and inspire your kids to say no to drugs.
Oh le mec. Le mec il fait tellement ça façon pro quoi. Le pro des...
What can I do for
Mais
you,
non, mais
source
merde.
hunt? More
Pas toi que je veux parler.
Some pity.
One coin or two, noble spirit? One coin or two?
Rien d'eau.
Oh, I am a happy man, and certainly a humble one now. It turns out losing it all has its own share of benefits.
Comment avez-vous tout perdu comme vous dites?
Ah, a fool once was I, and ever seeking greater satisfaction than that which I already enjoyed. In my folly, I sought the counsel of those notorious Watcher statues on the Western Cliffs. Their guidance ruined any small fortune I might have had, but certainly granted me humility.
Dites-moi un peu plus sur ces sentinelles de pierre.
I'd heard they were not to be trusted, that they gave fools' advice to the fools who sought them, but somehow I believed that I was the exception. They told me that I would find fame and renown if I renounced my worldly possessions, all my worldly possessions, and became a great figure of piety and humility. Fire, the most thorough cleanser, was my method. But as my house burned in front of me, I felt no elevation, no piety, only the sudden weight of my own idiocy upon my very soul. May the soul of Astarte smile upon you, kind stranger.
So, those statues told him he'd have to renounce his earthly possessions to become a spiritual leader, did they?
Sûr, vous occupant la pauvreté était un prérequis à la fois.
Absurd. Since when is poverty a prerequisite of spirituality?
Je ne vais pas jeter les affaires au bûcher dans l'espoir que la puanteur de mon linge sale satisfera un esprit dont je ne sais presque rien. Nous sommes matérialistes et on t'emmerde. Les traits. Matérialiste, altruiste, courageux, honnête, pragmatique, libre. Eux, ils ont rien. C'est normal.
Can you spare a coin?
You don't think it's effective, do you?
Tellement de monde avec qui parler dans la ville. Tellement de trucs à faire. Ah, c'est la boutique d'Esmeralda.
Move along.
D'accord.
I suppose so, lady. But seeing that I'm neither married, engaged, or attached in any way, I've never bothered to inquire.
Polite, handsome, and single. Don't go anywhere tonight, Legionnaire. I'd be afraid alone in the dark.
Legion's greetings. I have been informed about your heroics on the beach. Were that I had been there to partake in the battle. But my duties lie here, sworn as I am to protect Lady Esmeralda from the rabble that would enforce summary justice on her.
Et vous êtes?
I am Septimus, seventh son in a household of 9, legionnaires all. Me and 2 brothers of mine were assigned to Sicile from day 1. Alas, both of them have long since fallen in battle against the dead. But never shall I lose heart. Long as a single legionnaire stands, all of us remain undefeated in the eyes of the gods.
Bon. Que pensez-vous d'Esmeralda?
So fair a lady I have seldom seen in all of Rivellon, my friend. And I have traveled more extensively than migratory birds do. She stands accused of murder, but in my mind, her presumed guilt is a fallacy, and indeed a fabrication. Steadfast will I guard her. Never will I waver unless absolute proof of her culpability should be brought before me. And I hold no such proof exists.
On va mort de
Jake's
Jake.
murder is, in a word, a tragedy. He was well loved in all of Sicil. The Council of Seven couldn't have wished for a better ambassador. That he of all people should have braved the undead siege for so long, only to be felled by foul sorcery, is heartrending.
Ça. J'aimerais vous poser quelques
What
questions.
questions are those?
Parle-moi de
We've
sixième.
been stationed here the better part of 2 years now, alternating between twiddling our thumbs and springing into panicked battle against the orcs. Hard to admit, but without Ahu, would have lost this city a long time ago. You ask me, the council would do well to evacuate the rest of the people here and give up the city for lost.
Parle-moi des morts
Our
vivants.
soldiers shouldn't be ordered to fight such unnatural abominations. We used to cut them limb from limb by the dozen, only to see a gross of them rise from the ground and stalk out of long-abandoned cellars. Accursed are their souls, and accursed are ours too for having to look upon them day after sorry day.
Ouais, ok. On va repartir, il m'a rien appris.
My, what a strong and handsome officer you are, kind Septimus. You must have fought many a battle, am I right? In fact, I bet you're a real war hero.
Oh, I'm no hero, Esmeralda dearest.
Ah, les
I'm
statues
just doing my
parlantes. Bon.
For the Legion.
Ah,
Well,
Esmeralda.
lords above, grant me patience. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Here because you think I killed my husband. How many times do I need to state and restate my complete innocence in the
Magic Swan.
matter? I am Esmeralda,
Que êtes-vous?
wife of Jake, and now, alas, his widow. Poor man. We were both so young when we married. He so rich and I so poor, but his one and only princess just the same.
On du meurtre de votre
Like
mari.
I told just about every legionnaire in town, I don't know anything about poor Jake's murder. I want his killer found and tried, but everyone suspects me of this evil deed. And you're no different, are you? So what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub call me a murderous gold digger and you believe them? These insinuations truly go beyond the pale. Oh, I think I'm getting one of my headaches.
Pouvez-vous m'en dire davantage sur cet
Well,
endroit?
what do you want to know?
On s'en fout.
She seems to be quite
My,
adamant
what
about her
a
innocence.
strong and
We'll need
handsome
to look for
officer
evidence
you
if we want to prove
are,
she
kind
actually did the
Septimus.
evil deed.
You must have fought many a battle, am I right? In fact, I bet you're a
Là, la femme de
real
Jake affirme qu'elle n'a pas
war
coupable de
hero.
son assassinat, mais il faudra être stupide pour la croire sur parole. Au mieux de la trouver une preuve permettant de la relier de manière incontestable à la mort de son époux. Tu m'étonnes.
Certainly are my hero.
Ah, moi je crois personne sur parole.
I may rest my weary soul in these
Perdu d'avance, là.
trying and troubled times.
Pardon.
Never fear the
Oh, on peut s'allonger sur un lit, quoi. Bon, on va éviter de commencer à piquer des trucs. J'ai tendance à faire des persos loyal bons. Persos en alignement loyal bon. Ou neutre bon. Ça doit un peu se voir dans les choix que je fais.
Have some pity.
Wow.
D'accord. Oh, cette ville de l'infini.
Sorry, sir. You don't think it's infected, do you? Sorry,
That's
sir.
it, troops. Train up while you can. The next orcish strike could land at any
Murder
moment.
within the wall.
We'll better to evacuate.
Not much about.
Drink your gap. The face furious. She
Good luck with these.
Ouais, ils ont rien à dire.
Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly. Hey, who's
Easy,
Oh, yeah.
Tull. That's the source hunter you're talking to.
On va
Hey,
faire.
who's that then? Come on, stand where my good eye can see you.
Easy, Tull. That's the source hunter you're talking to.
Voilà dans une bien étrange situation. Cette femme en cage est aux arrêts.
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough, but she's no more than a wild animal. We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn. I found her crouched behind a tree, taking aim at a fat old rat trotting along the city walls. I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what, and the beast startled like a wild cat and lunged right at me.
Bit Tullia right in the face, she did. It wasn't pretty, and now it's got a chunk ripped off it to boot.
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have you if I go rabid.
Que va-t-il advenir de ce drôle de personnage?
I'd say you ought to take her off our hands if you had the space. Though we couldn't guarantee she'd do more than piddle on the floor and maul your furniture.
Ice blue eyes, narrow beneath a heavy brow streaked with sweat and dust. Her hands tense into claws, held at the ready.
Je ne vous vois qu'un mal, je me demande simplement qui vous êtes.
her brow knits together, but something in her pose relaxes. She clears. I am Bear Daughter. I have not come here to find trouble with the Screech woman. She only startled me. And you are a source hunter. I have
Ça
heard
sent le nouveau
many tales
compagnon,
of
hein.
your order. Your history is long and honorable.
Comment avez-vous atterri dans cette cage?
This woman here, the one who now plots her revenge, she crept behind me while I was hunting, and I only defended myself. I would not hurt an innocent Screech woman on purpose. But soon their swords were upon me, and they forced me into this cage meant for dogs. Mother would rip the fur from her chest if she could see how they keep me.
Careful, Source Hunter. If I keep my eyes off this cage, the beast's liable to risk an escape. She may have the look of a woman if we got reports of a I tapped her on...
Bit
On va la
Tullia.
récupérer. Dommage.
Careful, Source
Ouais,
Hunter.
pourquoi c'est elle qui parle, bordel?
Bear Daughter remains silent, but stands at her full height. She waits.
You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Sorry, sir. Any real
Peut-être que je parle
I've been mauled. I'll be
au chef de la garde.
Ah, come
Je
on.
pense.
It's not bad at all.
Greetings! These stores are for our Legion troops. Rivellon's finest work up my source hunters.
Don't let that rooster escape. He's already on the menu for tonight.
Je ne sentis pas fait pour être mangé, nous devrions l'attraper et rendre cuisiné.
Isn't it a
Bien ouais, peut-être que nous pourrions aussi en avoir un bout tout à l'heure.
True story indeed.
Voilà un choix que tout le monde ne ferait pas. Tiens, comment il vient de dépop le poulet. Oh oh, oh, il avait pas le temps. Oh, bras le poulet.
That was close. Thanks for catching Fidgety Jack here. I guess he got nervous when I mentioned drumsticks. Let's have that bird then, shall we? Our troops are mighty hungry.
C'est ton manteau. Ouais, je crois que je t'ai... Juste si je te l'ai dit. Bonjour.
Well, Source Hunter, you come to the right place, you have. Well,
Ah, elle a des trucs à vendre, elle.
the right place, you have.
Putain, j'ai des sous, 3200. Waouh, mais comment... Quoi, c'est à faire le spectacle à la con que j'ai récupéré autant de pognon? Vache. Ah, mais je vais le refaire, moi. Je vais le refaire. +9 résistance au feu, +5 crochetage. Coup en PA. 2. Résistance à la terre, en déplacement. Ouais, c'est pas très grave. Je préfère partir.
These stores are for our Legion troops.
Ouais, ta gueule.
Babylon's finest work up mighty fine appetite, so
Bonjour.
To leave the city is to venture
You're
into
a
danger.
source hunter.
Be careful, Source Hunter.
Salutations.
Know much about...
Alors, on a le mec qui ouvre les portes. Par où je rentre? Par où je rentre?
The face, Furious. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Empathique, insensible. Ah, je suis insensible.
In that case, you'll have to play.
Ouais, ça va. Juste parce que j'ai tué un poulet, calmez-vous. Bonjour. Ah, voilà Aureus.
What have we here, then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Well, look, do what you must in Sicil, but don't make waves and don't interfere with the Legion's affairs. You hear?
Parlez-moi de vous.
I'm Captain Aureus, if you must know, leader of the Legion in Sicil. By which I mean I have the enviable task of commanding a battalion of walking dead. For I fear it may well be but a matter of time before the undead undo all my soldiers and turn them into dribbling hordes of their own misshapen number.
Parlons un peu du meurtre de Jake.
Gods above! Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Ridiculous! I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother. He just had to send for source hunters, didn't he? Bloody magicians. They see a pigeon poop and think sorcery's afoot. Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. Understand? I am in command of this town. Not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu, and definitely not some hotshot source hunter. So investigate Jake's death if you feel so inclined. But report back to me the moment you discover something out of the ordinary. The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter. Now off with you! Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow. Everyone in town, down to the crabs on the beach, is convinced she killed him. Now, the girl has the reputation of being a flirt. There is that. But that doesn't suffice as evidence, wouldn't you say? Or do source hunters rely on hearsay alone, perhaps? That certainly would explain some of the cock-ups you lot have made in the past. What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone? Hardly. But I won't stand for such nonsense. If you bring evidence before me, I'll evaluate it with perfect objectivity. The Legion relies on reason, see? Not idle superstition.
J'aimerais vous poser d'autres questions.
If you must.
Votre plus grand souci, ce sont donc les morts vivants.
Figured that one out, did you? I haven't been stuck here for 2 years because we're being besieged by fluffy kittens, you know.
Those brain-feasting freaks out there keep on coming. And it takes all the sword arms and all of Ahu's half-baked contraptions to keep them at bay. Keeping them at bay, that is all we do. Were that I could break their backs once and for all.
Au vous plaisir,
How
Sylvia?
am I enjoying it? Are you spoiling for a fight? Are you? Syceal stinks of fish, reeks of orcs, and on a good day the wind disperses the stench of decomposing corpses. I can't remember the last time I had a proper piece of steak, and by now I retch at the mere sight of sardines. So in conclusion, I am not enjoying Syceal.
Pas mal d'aller,
We
gens.
are the pride of Rivalon, to be found and to be seen everywhere. We don't hide in the dark and lurk in corners like some I could mention. No, we protect the civilized from the barbaric, and we do so impeccably.
Selon vous, que font les orques sur la
They
plage?
say they are looking for weak spots in our defenses. They can't make an attack over land for fear of Ahu's magical machines, so they're trying their luck by sea. They won't succeed, though. Not against the Legion.
Haru m'a dit qu'il soupçonnait une secte sévissant dans les environs de Syrial.
Yes, and he also spends most of his time in the guise of a cat, licking God's knows which body parts. Sects, sorcerers. He'll be seeing flying carpets next.
Alors... Ah, ça c'est bon. Là, normalement, on devrait y avoir Haru. Voilà.
How can I help you, my friend?
Et vous m'en disiez davantage sur vous, Haru?
But certainly. What would you like to know?
Êtes-vous au juste?
Oh, I am but a wizard, a guardian of man and beast, and indeed I am both. My body, like any other, is bound to temporal decay. But my spirit is a speck of light that shone forth from the eternal sun that is the cosmic soul.
D'accord.
My task upon this earth is to protect the heart of nature, the very antithesis of which is the intrigue spun by demons and directors of the dead. Hence my involvement in Syceal. You see, my one desire is to witness a world in which every mother looks around her and purrs with calm contentment, for she knows that her chicks or children, her cubs or calves, will grow up without knowing the meaning of menace, the enfeeblement of fear. To my great regret, none of them purr as yet.
Pas dangereux, machin, vous pourriez ne pas pouvoir apprendre forme humaine.
Oh, that'll never happen. Granted, a witch could make the polymorph permanent if she'd enchant me in my cat guise, but I'll just have to be careful around witches, won't I? I'm my own wizard, you know, and I don't intend to become anyone's familiar.
Bon, d'autres choses. Parlons Traxours.
By all means.
Parlons un peu du meurtre
Of
de Jake.
course. I hope your investigation fares well.
Passez la nuit du meurtre.
I can but piece together what few morsels fell from the grapevine into a rather disappointing meal, I'm afraid. They say a woman arrived in the King Crab Inn sometime after midnight. She retired to a room on the ground floor where she was soon joined by a man who had been nursing the same cup of wine for hours. I say man and woman because both of them were cloaked and recognized by none. About an hour later, another figure arrived, headed for the same room. Soon after, a terrible commotion erupted and the thundering light of magic was witnessed by the few remaining patrons. It took a while for the landlord to pluck up the courage to enter the mystery room. When finally he did, he found Jake there, dead. How and why he came to be there, no one knows. But I had a good look around the scene of the crime before the Legion barred anyone from entering. The traces of magic I felt were vile. Source, no doubt.
Qui sont les suspects d'après vous?
I myself have none. Even though the rest of the town has already mentally tried and convicted Jake's wife Esmeralda. Now, it may well be established that she is in fact the guilty party. I'm not claiming that I'm certain she's innocent, but let's just say that if I really thought this murder case would be so very easily resolved, I wouldn't have sent for source hunters.
Autre chose que vous puissiez m'apprendre à propos des étrangers de Homèche avec les orques?
I can't say much more, but that they're madmen. All the more dangerous to us because of their alliance with what should be a natural enemy. You won't see me teaming up with a terrier in a hurry.
Possession...
And what might those be?
Quelqu'un m'a parlé de vos expériences manquées.
Failed? Who is the mongrel that dares to question my engineering expertise? I take it the mutt in question was referring to the Sparkmaster 5000. It isn't failing, it just became... well, it became self-aware. Frightfully annoying when that happens. You know what? Here's the remote access device with which I used to control it. There's a manual for that somewhere around here, too. Yours, if you can find it. I really should invite Victoria one of these days, so she can help me organize my mess of a library.
Que pouvons-nous faire à propos des morts
Those who are
vivants?
raising the dead dwell among us. They simply must be. But even though I've spent many a night leaping from tree to rooftop, watching on as citizens stagger home from the inn or simply burn the midnight oil, I haven't spied a single soul worthy of true suspicion. The enemy is wily. They know us better than we know them, and they've found ways to avoid both detection and distrust. Yet I am somehow convinced that you may succeed where the Legion and I have failed. Call it instinct.
Vous n'avez pas l'air d'apprécier beaucoup les orques, je me trompe?
You have a flair for understatements, Hunter. I'm sure they are but a minor nuisance in the eyes of a born warrior. But to the Legion, they are green-skinned death incarnate. Until they conclude what mischief they intend to see through, or, less likely, they are conclusively defeated, we can but bar the gates and hole up like mice while the cats are on the prowl.
Alors comment construisez-vous vos fameuses balises?
Oh, a mere trifle for one with the intellect of a feline and the engineering skills of a human. You basically construct a classic ballista, add a 100% legally obtained self-regenerating
En avant les
source of
croquettes.
destructive magic to it,
Sérieusement?
and Bobcat's your uncle.
Alors. Du coup, un meurtre mystérieux. Ok. Et expérience ratée d'armes. Et la télécommande à distance. Faut juste que je trouve. Alors, nécessaire de désamorçage des pièges. Alors, attends. Manuel d'instruction de la télécommande universelle. D'accord. Ouais. À trouver façon de parler quoi. Il est où?
I've got my eyes
Voilà.
on the prize.
En mode d'emploi, avec ce contrôleur en main, vous pouvez donner toutes sortes d'ordres à votre arme de destruction massive favorite. Voici quelques-unes des fonctionnalités préférées de nos clients. Colère, joie, colère, mode berserk. Colère, sommeil, mode d'autodestruction. Sommeil, joie. Mode de désactivation des armes, colère. Mode de désactivation du contrôleur universel. Joie. Mode fête. Wouh! Colère, hein, c'est ça? Non. Ouais. Sommeil, joie, faudra faire. Ok. Sommeil, joie. On essaiera de s'en souvenir. Je regarderai après ton manteau. Oh la prison. T'es déjà en prison? Bonjour. Ta gueule. Ta gueule.
Sorry, sir.
Alors. Beaucoup de choses à faire. Déjà, il faudrait que je trouve la cave de l'oncle Sam.
Can you spare a coin?
Le truc, c'est que je sais pas où amener la tête tranchée là. Elle est où d'ailleurs? Elle est dans la... Tu lui fais?
Not here, not now. We'll be better off speaking in the privacy of the cellar. There are eyes and ears everywhere.
Je trouvais la demeure d'Original.
Don't you? Oh, what's his name? Theliron. Yes, behind Theliron's house of healing, along the cliffs, you'll find Reginald's sparse little shack. There I know
voilà.
he overheard. He keeps a spare key right near the place in a pen guarded by a rather lonely little sheep. You can't miss the bugger.
D'accord.
Not here, not now. It won't be the...
Ok. Alors. Il est où le mouton? Merde, je sais plus où était le mouton. Ah, ça me dit tellement quelque chose le mouton. Merde. Mais je sais plus où du tout. Par là, non? Non, c'était pas par là. Le mouton. C'est où le mouton? Voilà. Bon, je vais là, moi. Voilà. Bah... Look d'identification, bah c'est très bien. Ah, la clé. Refermons la porte. Ni vu ni connu. Ni vu ni connu, je t'embrouille.
Well, what's this I've spotted?
The earth here seems to have been freshly fertilized and aerated. Obviously, someone has taken great care to maintain this gravesite.
Nous n'appelle ferons ce que bon nous semble.
We and our shovels will do as we please.
C'est juste raison.
That's right. Let's get digging.
As you prepare to break ground, you gaze at the dirt beneath your feet once more.
Très bien, c'est le moment de creuser.
Time to get digging.
Il est possible qu'on y trouve quelque chose qui en vaille la peine.
Here's hoping we find something worthwhile.
You plunge your shovel into the earth.
Arrête, t'as pris pelle à Rodrigue grâce aux poches magiques. C'était pas très sympa. Oh merde. Ah, j'ai perdu tellement de temps du coup. 21h38. Oh. Fais chier. J'aurais dû sauvegarder avant.